gamers out there, this is Jerry the Movies with your host, Jerry Saravia. So today we're going to look back at the year 1981, which marked the release of the first 3D movie in at least a good 30, 40 years, if I'm not mistaken. Comin' at Ya, which was technically a spaghetti western of sorts that was released in 1981, and it sparked the short craze, if you will, for 3D. Sort of came back briefly from 1981 up until about 1983, and then 3D disappeared. Now, this was the old 3D, not the 3D that you see nowadays. This was with the cardboard glasses, which were red and green or red and blue type glasses. And this helped to isolate colors on the screen that would have this three-dimensional effect. The old black and white films that were shown in 3D, for example, Mr. Sardonicus from the 1960s and other types of black and white films, had gray glasses because, of course, it was in black and white. So red and cyan were the typical colors, these tinted cardboard glasses. Anyway, so it was Comin' at Ya that came out in 1981, and it was a return to 3D, and it threw everything at the audience except the kitchen sink. Now, is this a good movie? No, not at all. I mean, not even close. Is it another one of those good, bad movies? I suppose. You know, it's so bad it's good, meaning it's entertaining, but is it good? No, definitely not. Now, the movie is directed by Ferdinando Baldi, and he went on the following year to do a film I did not see called Treasures of the Four Crowns. That one does catch my interest because it was also in 3D, but it was meant to be sort of a rip-off of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it came, Treasure of Four Crowns came out in 1982, so it was meant to feed off of the copycat craze that Raiders of the Lost Ark, kind of spewed, if you will. The reason that one kind of interests me is because I remember a friend of mine back in 1982 saw the movies in theaters, and she said, well, Treasure of Four Crowns is definitely better than Raiders of the Lost Ark, so I have to see it because I can't imagine another action-adventure movie that even comes close, except for the other indie movies, to Raiders of the Lost Ark. Anyway, Comin' at Ya is kind of like a spaghetti western. H. Hart is the name of a character played by Tony Anthony, who helped produce Comin' at Ya. He's at a wedding ceremony, and it's interrupted by two villainous gun-toting brothers. And anyway, these brothers, they kill the priest, and they kidnap Hart's bride, who is sold as a prostitute. Hart is assumed to be dead, but no, in essentially a pure knockoff of Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name, or in this case, Man of No Name in few words. He's very much alive and intends to find the brothers and kill them and save his bride. Now that is the plot, which is merely a springboard for endless 3D effects. I mean, this includes everything that can be thrown at the audience. Flying bats, well, of course, bats do fly. Flying flaming arrows, characters who toss beans, coins, and yo-yos at the audience from essentially low-angle shots. Hungry rats that kind of, three-dimensional. Snakes, guns that poke out of the screen, and even a baby's bare ass essentially sitting on us. And then there are the nifty opening credits, which are emblazoned on several objects in a room. And so, for example, the character picks up a bag made of any of those type of bags that they use. I don't even know what they're called, but essentially it's not a plastic bag, but at any rate, on each bag is the name of the credit. The credits show up, the names of the actors, etc., the director, and it has this three-dimensional effect, which is really cool. Now on the plus side, Comin' at Ya is beautiful widescreen Western locations, no question about it, although this is the first Western I've seen where palm trees show up in shots that look like they were filmed in Palm Springs. And the movie's somewhat fun, has a simple-minded sense of humor. But it does drag on for a little while, and until it gets to the good stuff, and that's the 3D climax in particular, which is effective. But this is not a movie. This is just a test reel to prove that 3D was back in a major way. And in case you didn't realize how good some of those 3D effects are, they are all repeated at the end of the picture, just so you get a good idea. They are cool effects. A more charismatic hero and something called a story would have been nice. That being said, it kind of just has that function of being a 3D movie. I mean, I can't really think of any others that are like this type of picture that just say, you know, I am 3D. This is it. This is what we can do, and that's the end of it. That's where it begins and ends. So the spaghetti western and all this other stuff is kind of it's nothing special. I mean, you know, you've seen better movies, better spaghetti westerns. The Dollars trilogy for one, and you know the list. Um, so you know, I'm not even sure if I really recommend this movie to anybody, but if you just want to have a good time and sit with somebody or a group of people and laugh at it, it's probably the perfect movie for that. And wear those old ridiculous glasses, which you know do look good. Now the DVD is not that fantastic. It could have been better restored the image. Apparently, I had read that in 2012 in Austin, Texas, they had restored the film and showed it in theaters, kind of like a little retrospective of Coming At You. And apparently very few people attended any of these screenings, but well, there it is. Coming at you in 3D. And in a couple of weeks or so, I will look back at another movie in 3D, the old 3D, Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. And at some point, hopefully, I can see House of Wax in 3D, although I'm told the DVD doesn't have the 3D effect, but maybe with the glasses it will kind of look 3D. Who knows? Anyway, this is Jerry the Movies, your host Jerry Saravia, signing off.